Whether you're a beginner who's brand new to Spanish or you're an experienced learner looking to brush up your skills, here are some of the best strategies for learning Spanish in 2023. Vámonos.
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen?
Hola y bienvenido a Speak Spanish Now. Perhaps you're preparing for a trip to a Spanish-speaking country and you want to be able to converse with the locals to make your travel or living experience that much better. It's always important to identify your motivation. Just because it seems logical doesn't mean it's motivation to learn. So the first thing you have to identify is your why. What is your motivation, right? What's your why? That's what we want to bring you to right here. Once you develop your answer to your why, you must address that why each time before you begin your daily practice with the language. Ask yourself, why am I doing this, right? What's the purpose? Do that every single time before you open up your notes or you open up that next video or that course online. You want to make sure that you do that. You must set proper goals for your learning. I say this all the time, proper preparation prevents poor performance. You want to make sure that you set these proper goals. What are the proper goals that you're going to be setting? Well, today we're going to talk about setting or creating SMART goals in correlation to learning Spanish. I always tell my clients to create SMART goals. These will help guide you through the process and making a plan using SMART goals. These SMART goals are going to help guide you through the process. And making a plan using SMART goals is a fail-proof method for learning pretty much anything. So how do SMART goals correlate to learning Spanish? Let's break this concept down and apply it to the action plan, right? So as I reveal each letter of the SMART goals, I'm going to also give you an example of each, which will follow. If you're getting value from this video today, make sure to give us a thumbs up so that we know that we are giving you information that can be useful to you. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, because we're going to do a 3-part series with goal setting for Spanish and what's going to make it easy for you to be able to be conversational. Whatever your level of the language that you want to accomplish, we're going to help you get there starting off. So, specific. SMART goals are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant, and they are timely. Now, let's break into an example of each of those. Specific means not vague, right? State exactly what you want and for what purpose. When you're setting this goal, state exactly what you want and for what purpose. This goal has to be clear as possible, and you're in luck because the goal is halfway completed for you, right? You're here because you want to learn Spanish. So let's say your goal is, I want to speak and understand Spanish in 6 months, right? That's your goal. I should be able to speak enough to what, right? You fill in that part. I should be able to speak enough to blank, right? So now you just need to decide what you plan to accomplish in that particular time frame. So let's go to our next part right here. We're talking about measurable. Is your action plan measurable? You've got to be able to see your progress in some tangible way. How do you intend to attain the goal? It's your blueprint for success. It should be easy to see whether or not you're meeting your goal. Let's take a look at an example of a measurable goal. I only have 6 months to learn Spanish, so I'll devote 3 hours a day minimum to study. Is your goal attainable? Attainable is the place where you hold power, right? When we're setting these SMART goals, you are the one in charge when it comes to this portion of the SMART goals. Is this goal attainable? You have to ask yourself. In theory, yes, this goal that we're talking about right here as an example is attainable. However, it's somewhat a personal issue and depends on me because I'm the one that's setting this goal. And this is the same concept for you. You may want something, but not all are willing to work to attain it. So let's see about the attainable aspect here. Learning Spanish in 6 months is attainable because I want it and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that possible, right? Absolutely. Good stuff. Let's look at our next part. Relevant is your why. Does your goal really matter to you? If it doesn't, the likelihood of you reaching that goal is next to impossible. Why do you need to learn Spanish in 6 months? This is up to you. right? And it connects to your specific goal or statement that you made at the very beginning of us talking about SMART goals, right? For example, I want to learn Spanish in a short period of time because I'm moving to Colombia in 6 months. Now we know why it's relevant. We've specifically stated why it's relevant. Okay. So make sure you understand that. Make sure that your goal is relevant. Coming up with the next part, talking about timely. Timely indicates the time frame or deadline for achieving your goal. So setting a time frame for learning and achieving this goal and then sticking to it, that's what we want you to do. And you've already established your deadline in this example, of course. And so let's look at it. What do we say? We said 6 months is your time goal. Why? Because you are moving to Colombia, right? So this is something that you definitely have to have. So stay with us here as we go through the acronym, and I'm also going to give you an example of each just to kind of sum up the SMART goals and how you can utilize them for yourself. Specific, right? Measurable, attainable, relevant, timely. Here's an example of specific. What is it that you're talking about? What do you want? What's your purpose, right? How will you see your progress? Attainable. Don't set a goal too far out of reach, okay? We definitely don't want to do that. Don't set a goal too far out of reach. For example, I don't want to say, oh, I want to be fluent in Spanish in 2 years. That's too far away, all right? And by the time 2 years, we don't know what's going to happen in 2 years. You might lose interest and start, well, I might want to learn Mandarin, right? Bring it in. Let's make it compact, that thing. We're going to bring it into 6 months in this example that we've been talking about. Is your goal relevant? Does this really matter to you? And if it does, why? When will you accomplish this goal? We said 6 months. So what are your SMART goals? In the comment section below, I want you to give me, what are your SMART goals? Put those down there so that I can see what it is that you're coming up with. And if you found value, like we said, if you found value in this video today, give us a thumbs up and share this out with some of your friends that are setting the same or similar goals to yourself. We can pretty much use SMART goals to address any goals that we're trying to accomplish, but we're going to be doing it here in a 3-part series talking about setting goals for becoming a better Spanish speaker or even fluent in Spanish. I hope these strategies help you to become a fluent Spanish speaker in 2023. Make sure to click right here for this video that has been personally selected for you. Soy Profe Don Omar. Nos vemos.
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen?